I'm Freeman, and I'm a writer and activist and not a poet, but I read a lot of poetry, and this is one of my favorites. It's called Romance by W.J. Turner. When I was but 13 or so, I went into a golden land. Chimborazo Cotopaxi took me by the hand. My father died, my brother too. They passed like fleeting dreams. I stood where Pop Okatepetl in the sunlight gleams. I dimly heard the master's voice and boys far off at play. Chimborazo Cotopaxi had stolen me away. I walked in a great golden dream to and from school. Shining Pop Okatepetl, the dusty streets did rule. I walked home with a gold dark boy, and never a word I'd say. Chimborazo Cotopaxi had taken my speech away. I gazed entranced upon his face, fairer than any flower. O shining Pop Okatepetl, it was thy magic hour. The houses, people, traffic seemed thin fading dreams by day. Chimborazo Cotopaxi had stolen my soul away. I first heard this poem when I was a child, and I've read thousands of poems since then and have heard hundreds of poems said aloud to me, and somehow none of the poems that came after ever was able to erase the memory of this poem, even though I mostly remembered it in wisps and fragments over the years. I think there's more to it than just the repetition of the place names of Chimborazo Cotopaxi, two of them in Ecuador, one of them in Mexico. There is an otherworldliness, a dreamy, kind of hypnotic, childlike quality to this poem. And I think it, when I think about it, it's kind of like the way certain place names or words have this ability to evoke something in us that we can't quite place, because I don't even know if Turner ever visited these places, but it has that quality. And there are other words like that. You could say Troy or Carthage or Gethsemane or Byzantium or Babylon or Timbuktu, and all of a sudden we are in this imagined world, which is neither true nor false, but belongs to a kind of a collective memory. When I think about it, and I think about the people that I've heard talk about this poem, most of them remember it as adults who are hearkening back to a time when they were children, and they heard it said to them in the voice of a parent or a teacher, or even recited in their own child voices, which stem from these minds at that time, our earlier selves, when we believe everything, we're open to everything, we believe everything, but we also believe nothing. And to me, I think that's the best of poetry, where the best poems are kind of like that, where the poet is doing work that leaves that open, where there's an ability to believe all of it and also not believe anything.